welcome to another video. Today I am canning up some cowboy candy and some jalapeno jelly. As you can see, I have my pressure canner out. I have been canning some black beans today. I've been completely out of beans for like over a month now, and I'm really needing some. I'm not gonna be filming a video on that because I already have bean videos out that I will link up in the iCards and down below if you guys are interested. I'm just gonna be taking you along. I'll link the recipes, the original recipes I follow for the cowboy candy, as well as what I do to change it. I'll put in the description. And then I'm making pepper jelly for the first time. I kind of want to experiment with some pepper jellies. I've made like a jalapeno pepper jelly like a long time ago. Like that was like one of the first things I canned, I think, when I started canning. And but I want to try just some different recipes with the pepper jelly, and the next video you will see actually will be me using the pepper jelly. So stick around for that video, and let's just get started and I will take you guys along. I am gonna start with the pepper jelly. I'm gonna be wearing gloves to chop all my peppers because I don't want my fingers to be on fire, nor do I want to touch my son and have his face be on fire. So we're going to be extra careful with all the peppers. So I'm actually doubling this recipe, so you'll see that I'm using 2 of each of my red and green bell peppers. I did wash these peppers before I started. These are just store-bought peppers. I obviously have them in my garden right now. My garden has been didn't do much in the garden this year. Let's just say that, with being pregnant and really sick during pregnancy, and also with just having a baby. I just got some of my garlic planted the other day, and I need to plant the rest of it. And I just got some onion starts from the garden store today, actually. Anyways, I'm just chopping these into kind of bigger sized chunks, and I'm putting it through the food processor to blend it all down. The recipe calls for 10 jalapenos, but I'm gonna save those for my cowboy candy. So I'm gonna do my garden peppers that I grew this last year. These are frozen chili peppers, and they're pretty darn hot. So I'm just gonna put quite a few scoops of them in there. And then I'm gonna use the rest of these in my cowboy candy. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna add this to my pot. And even with doubling it, I'm actually gonna do less sugar than what the recipe calls for, because honestly, it does not need that much sugar. I am using a low sugar pectin, so that will be what it has in it. And I'm also going to add some crushed red peppers to make it a little bit more spicy, probably about a tablespoon. Okay, well, I was a dummy and I didn't press record, so I was talking to the camera and it wasn't recording. I am doing less sugar than the recipe calls for. I'll link the original recipe below, but the original recipe calls for 5.5 cups of sugar, and I'm doubling this recipe, but I don't feel like it needs that much. That's a ton of sugar. So I did 6 cups for the doubled recipe. I added about a tablespoon of red chili peppers, and then also I wanted to mention, sorry, I'm kind of moving all over. Do you see? Oh, okay, come on. I buy my sugar in bulk, and I get it from Azure Standard, and I will link the link below. Okay, so yes, and then I will be using a low sugar pectin. And I am canning beans in the background, so if you hear that rattle once it comes up to pressure, that is why. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, so then next, it calls for 1.5 cups of vinegar, and I'm doubling it. So we're gonna do 3 cups. We're using white distilled vinegar. Turn this burner on. We're gonna bring this up to a boil. Oh, and then we're a teaspoon of salt. And I also buy salt in bulk, and I keep it in a mason jar. I keep all my spices in bulk on hand because with canning, you go through a lot of spices, so it's a good idea to have bulk spices to where you can easily not run out when you need them. Okay, so we're gonna bring this to a boil, and then it's gonna boil for 10 minutes. Make sure you stir it. It's gonna be so pretty. This kind of looks like salsa. Anyways, while that is coming up to a boil, I'm gonna start chopping my peppers for the cowboy candy. Okay, so for the cowboy candy, I'm using my my food processor, and I'm using the one that has the blade that looks like this. On mine, I can adjust the width, and so I'm gonna kind of do like quarter size jalapeno cuts on it. Boiling here, I'm going to add spices to my cowboy candy. So I have a feeling this jalapeno is pretty hot, but half a teaspoon of red chili flakes, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric. This recipe is like seriously so good. Half a teaspoon of celery seed, and 3 teaspoons of garlic powder. We're gonna put in 2 cups apple cider vinegar. Okay, now that this is done boiling, we're gonna add in our pectin and go for 1 minute. So for this, we want a rolling boil that can't be stirred out for 1 minute. So once it gets there, okay, so excuse the rattle of the pressure canner. I'm doing my black beans. Kind of got in a hurry there for a second, so I'm gonna do a quick cleanup. I had to pause on my cowboy candy just because all my big pots, they don't tend to want to fit on the burners. So I'm just gonna do a quick cleanup, and then once My my pepper jelly is done canning. I'm gonna finish the cowboy candy. Okay, so things got really busy later that evening, and this is actually a few hours later. I finally ended up finishing my cowboy candy, and my husband was home from work, and so I just wasn't able to finish the video how I wanted to, but I do have a full video on how I make cowboy candy, so I will link that below and up in the iCards. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one.